Forces Atlantic and 44th Commanding Officer of Naval Hospital Jacksonville. Rear Admiral James L. Hancock, Medical Officer of the Marine Corps. Brigadier General Retired Michael Fleming, Captain Retired John LaFavor, 42nd Commanding Officer of Naval Hospital Jacksonville. Miss Ashley, her brother Rig, her sisters Vicki and Tricia, her in-laws Harry and Janet, her sisters-in-law Jennifer and Kim, her brothers-in-law Dan and Matthew, and her cousins Richard and Jeremy. We would also like to welcome the family of Captain House, her wife Stacy, and her sister-in-law Michelle Barber. To all distinguished guests, hospital staff, ladies and gentlemen, I am Captain Readiness Roberts, Executive Officer, Naval Hospital Jacksonville, Navy Medicine Readiness Training Command, Jacksonville, and I will be your Master of Ceremony for this event. I am delighted to welcome you to today's change of command, change of directorship ceremony, during which Captain Teresa Allen will be relieved by Captain Sharon House. The United States Navy's change of command ceremony is unique among armed forces. This time-honored tradition has no equal, for it symbolizes the continuity of total authority, full responsibility, and complete accountability transferred from one officer to another. You will notice that today's event will be a combined ceremony, which highlights our commitment to the established partnership between the Department of the Navy and the Defense Health Agency. Bosun, post the side voice. Will the guests please rise for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the raising of the colors, the singing of the national anthem, and the invocation. Sound 4 bells. Captain, Nurse Corps, United States Navy, arriving. Sound 4 bells. Naval Hospital Jacksonville, Navy Medicine Readiness and Training Command Jacksonville, arriving. Sound 6 bells. Naval Medical Forces Atlantic, arriving. Sound 8 bells. Assistant Director, Healthcare Administration, Defense Health Agency, arriving.
Forward. March. And salute. Mark time. March. Left turn. March. Ready. Halt. Breathe in. Arms.
HM1 Monica Green will now sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets recline, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Retire the colors.
Shoulder. Arms. Mark time. March. Right turn. March. Forward. March. Ready. 2.
Chaplain Skidmore will now offer the invocation.
Let us pray. Gracious Lord, as we gather for this change of command ceremony for Naval Medical Readiness Training Command Jacksonville, we ask for your presence and blessings upon us. We have gathered for this time-honored tradition, a time to witness the passing of the baton of responsibility and the mantle of leadership. Today we are saddened in having to say goodbye to a great commanding officer, Captain Teresa Allen. She has led NMRTC Jackson in a way that ensured mission success, fostering a culture of excellence and a can-do spirit. As she and her family, her husband Nick and their daughter Helen, prepare to move on to the next assignment, we ask that you go before them and prepare their way. May they leave with the satisfaction of knowing of a job well done. Today, Lord, is also a day that we welcome and look forward to the leadership of Captain Sharon House. As she prepares to take command, we ask that you will bless her with wisdom to meet the opportunities and challenges before her. We ask that you bless her and her family, her wife Stacy, as she assumes the burden of responsibility. And Captain House, know of your presence and power to sustain her in her days of command. And finally, Lord, we pray that you continue to bless all the sailors and their families NMRTC. May they experience success in the mission of dispensing health care to those who enter our doors. This we pray in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Skidmore. Post to the side, please. Will the guests please be seated? Today, Captain Teresa Allen, Medical Corps, United States Navy, will transition authority and relinquish the authority of command to Captain Sharon House, Nurse Corps, United States Navy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce the presiding officer for today's ceremony, Rear Admiral Matthew Case, Commander, Naval Medical Forces Atlantic.
Good morning, everybody. It's really good to be back home. This is a special place. Really good to be back here. Terry, congratulations up front. Sharon, congratulations. H&1 Marine, phenomenal. You get better every time. So thank you for the wonderful addition and the color guard too. CMC and I had a little journey to get down here. We made it, and we're really excited to be part of today's events. It was close, but we made it. So, good morning, everybody. Dr. Line, distinguished guest, base leadership. Dan, good to have you here. I see, good to see you. I see Jay Hill's here, so thanks for keeping the base open for us today. Thank you, sir. Rebecca, great to see you, and all the Muscle crew, thank you. To our community leaders that are here today, thank you for your support. I've seen some of you, and I look forward to talking to you after. To the staff of the Naval Hospital and Navy Medicine Ranch in Jacksonville, it's good to be home this evening. Welcome to today's ceremony. I am honored and privileged to be here as we thank Teresa Allen for her honorable and dedicated leadership here over the past 2 years as commanding officer and director, and we welcome Sharon House to come here to this great facility. It's great for Chris and I, like I said, to be back home. Jacksonville is our second home for us, and to be back with our Navy family here is always special. These two leaders I've known for a while now, so it's nice to come back and see them, and I know that a big part of their lives are their families. So first, Terry's husband, Nick, thank you for all the support you gave to Terry over the past couple of years and throughout her career, and as well as Helen and the light, and keep shining bright. It's good to see you again, David. Terry also is surrounded by a family, which is nice. We talked about family 2 years ago, and we were sad that we were talking to them on Facebook, but it's nice that her mom's here, father, her Aunt Beverly, brothers, sisters, and her in-laws too, right? Okay. I got a list here. Sisters-in-laws, brothers-in-laws, and cousins. Any second cousins once removed? No? Okay. Well, if they're here, welcome to. But thank you for all coming. I know you made drives to be here and be part of this, so thank you for being here today. Your support, encouragement, and sacrifice over the years has helped Terry become a very successful career. I'd also like to welcome Sharon's spouse, Stacy. Stacy, welcome. It's nice and look forward to finally getting to meet you and talk with you. I know she's been your biggest supporter, and welcome to Jackson in the Navy Medical Forces family. Upon my return, I recognize Jackson continues the mission, Jacksonville here continues the mission that it has for 81 years, and that's to optimize readiness and training will provide safe, high-quality, patient-centered care. The original hospital, as you all may have heard me say before, was commissioned on July 1st, 1941, born out of need for medical care and hospitalization as they were preparing for World War II. Present day, the Jacksonville Hospital Market is in the NMRTC as a readiness platform, and it's 5 clinics and NMRTUs were the first transition under the DHA construct of Defense Health Agency, setting a new course and remaining at the forefront of Navy medicine. Captain Allen has expertly steered the course of this command over the past 2 years. As many of you know, I turned over to Terry what I think was probably one of the most challenging times in the history of the command. During our turnover, there were 8 of us in the room with a big American flag, and everything else was on line. I'm glad I didn't have to do that today. Hallelujah. Under Terry's leadership during her time here, some really significant and long-lasting accomplishments. First, EMF Mike, which was deployed during COVID, had to prep and get ready to be deployed again, and she's got mission ready now to go out to war when needed. COVID response was a big part of what we did over the past couple of years. In Jacksonville, the team here was at the forefront of that, setting a model for the Navy. First with the vaccine centers, providing to the fleet and easy access for our beneficiaries. And then the vaccine support team 3, which support our local community, which I had a chance to see. 91 personnel working in our community, getting out and vaccinating our citizens in the community. It was amazing efforts. They ended up giving 85,000 shots to the local and underserved communities in Jacksonville, and I know it was very appreciated by all. Safe to say that under Terry's leadership, NMRTC Jacksonville and Naval Hospital Jacksonville met mission requirements, its health mission, and served this community exceptionally well. So thank you. Sharon comes here today to Jacksonville, and this command's placed in really good hands. You were well prepared for this important mission. I remember us serving together, supporting the warfighters during a pretty bad time at Camp Lejeune, and your services to take care of the wounded, ill, and injured. It's really honored that you get to here today. Your diverse background includes numerous operational assignments, such as being OIC at the Naval Expeditionary Medical Training Institute, where you helped train those EMS we talked about, get ready to go out the door, and did a great job with that. And then you had a chance to be clinic director in Quantico, and an executive officer like Terry at Naval Hospital Camp Hamilton. I'm seeing this sign here. So, but congratulations on being here. You inherited an experienced, knowledgeable, motivated, and what I would say deeply committed staff that was focused on mission accomplishment and taking care of each other. This command has that in its DNA. Great things will continue to be done with you at the helm. I wish you, Stacy, and your family, team, continued success. almost 3,000 active duty civilian and contract personnel here. We serve over 150,000 beneficiaries in our area and continue to expand on 81 years of exceptional service within the Navy and the military health system. Throughout the history, this hospital serves as World War II and continues to serve to this day, supporting Marine, air, surface, and submarine forces. This command touches all aspects of naval operations, and you know them all well. Hospital. Farewell to you, Terry. You've done a great job. Sharon, good luck. You've got a great crew ready to serve in your company. May God bless you both, these two leaders, these two wonderful families, this amazing command, this amazing group, our Navy and our nation. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to present Dr. Brian Line, Assistant Director, Healthcare Administration, Defense Health Agency.
So good morning, everybody. This is my fourth event in 4 weeks. Been at a Air Force facility. Last week we were together at a Marine Corps facility. Now I'm at a Navy facility. I wore my Navy tie to see if you would let me go first, but he didn't. So I have to follow him yet again. But it's truly an honor for Sergeant Major Fan Troy and I to represent the Defense Health Agency, share the stage with you as we continue the U.S. Navy and Defense Health Agency combined missions. To the men and women of the Jacksonville Market, you're why we are here today. You volunteered to serve our nation, either as a sailor, civilian, or a contractor. We're here to recognize your accomplishments, your successes, and your goals under the superb leadership of Captain Allen. For it is truly you that do the hard work every single day, day in and day out, and make us all on the stage here very, very proud. This Jacksonville Market provides medical support to more than 175,000 beneficiaries, family members, retirees, and active duty who call this Jacksonville area home, which continues to grow. In fact, just last year, 435 patient visits, 61,000 dental visits, 3,600 surgical procedures, 650 new babies born to the Navy families here, over 890,000 prescriptions, and more than 1 million labs. Industrial hygiene monitoring for more than 36,000 patients, occupational health for more than 71,000, and the list goes on. Clearly shows the commitment to Naval Hospital Jacksonville, to the entire market down here, and why it's considered one of the linchpins of the Defense Health Agency. This Jacksonville Market also served as the test bed for the realignment of personnel, property, and systems, or REPS, movement of the civilian personnel and all the systems from the Department of Navy over to the Department of Defense. It was not easy, but Terry and the team and your entire team did it flawlessly, and the lessons that you learned and promoted were what caused the rest of the organization to be very successful. People often use the term quality, safety, and outcomes very superfluously, but it's clearly demonstrated here in the work that is being done by your staff every single day. Team staff's daily safety briefings, quality councils, leading the Department of Defense in their NISQIP and their IMPIC data, and 94% patient satisfaction rate, #1 in the Defense Health Agency, clearly shows you have the right focus, which are the patients that come in here. On top of all of that, during the last 2 years, this market has supported our nation's call around the world. Whether it's supporting Afghan allies, treating patients with COVID, vaccinating against COVID, supporting FEMA, providing defense support to civil authorities here in the state and elsewhere, and most recently the support operations going on in Eastern Europe. This command is committed to making sure that we are ready to go. You're also part of the generating force, and I talked a little bit about this yesterday. You build our nation's future. You build the Navy's future. Your family medicine residency program, your nurse anesthesia program, hospital trauma training program, tactical combat casualty care course trains hundreds of young men and women who are going to be the future, who are one day going to take the place of the people up here. Thank you for that commitment, because without that commitment, it's not going to get done. It goes almost without saying, and Admiral K spoke about it as well, this command's response to COVID-19. Who would have thought on the day that she assumed command what it is that we were going to do over the course of the next 2 years? Essentially shutting down our nation and providing vaccinations and providing treatment and massive testing that pushed out, along with your tremendous support to the community. Whether it was Ascension or the veterans organizations down there, your support and your commitment to the greater Jacksonville community was an example for everybody else to go. Your joint service initiatives between your branch clinic in Albany and Key West with the Veterans Affairs are models that we're going to implement across the Defense Health Agency. So, Captain Allen, thank you. There was never a phone call that I didn't look forward to getting from you. Always a positive attitude, always a can-do attitude, and it was great to call you my friend for the 2 years here, and I'm really looking forward to having you even closer to us up in the DC area. You are the epitome of a selfless servant. I personally thank you for what you have done for this hospital. You have really left an indelible mark on this hospital and on me. Thank you. As we say goodbye to one leader, we welcome another. Captain Sharon House, combat experienced registered nurse and a Navy leader. Throughout her career, she's continuously improved the support we provide to our sailors and our beneficiaries, including leading the establishment of the state-of-the-art Intrepid Spirit Center at Lejeune, for which she received the AMSIS Award when it was dedicated. She comes with a legacy of leadership underneath her belt, and she is the right leader to take charge of this organization and bring us into the future. So, Captain House, welcome to the Defense Health Agency. Looking forward to working with you. In conclusion, around the world today, there are hundreds and thousands of our brothers and sisters in arms forward deployed in hundreds of nations. Serving alongside each and every one of them is a military medical professional restroom. We exist here for one reason, and that's to support those service members, to train them, to ensure their readiness, and to care for their family members, to heal them when they are ill, injured, or wounded, and to care for them when they retire. No other organization has that mission, yet you do it every single day, and I'm humbled to be here in your presence. In support of Defense Health Agency.
Thank you, Dr. Lyon. Captain Allen, please join Rear Admiral King center stage. Will the guests please rise? Attention to award. The President of the United States takes pleasure in presenting the Legion of Merit to Captain Teresa Allen, Medical Corps, United States Navy, for service as set forth in the following citation. For exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service while serving as Commander, Navy Medicine Readiness and Training Command, Jacksonville, Florida, from July 2020 to August 2022. Captain Allen's innovation and visionary leadership masterfully guarantees the success of the command and the readiness of all active duty sailors in the Florida and Georgia fleet concentration area during the global pandemic. She commanded the first coronavirus disease 2019 vaccine mass vaccination off-site location in the Department of Defense, providing over 82,041 vaccinations, delivering biologic body armor to our nation's heroes and their families. She directed healthcare for the Jacksonville Market, leading 2,600 personnel in support of 173,000 beneficiaries with execution of a $169 million budget, simultaneously providing strategic communication with senior line leaders. Under her steady direction, the command executed the first Navy transition of 673 civilian personnel to the Defense Health Agency, ensuring the first fully completed transition and certification of a Navy market. Projecting medical power, she ensured the successful deployment of 139 personnel to vaccination site Team 3, Task Force Southeast, delivering 85,429 coronavirus disease 2019 vaccinations to the residents of Jacksonville, Florida, as a defense support of civil authorities mission. By her dynamic direction, keen judgment, and loyal devotion to duty, Captain Allen reflected great credit upon herself and upheld the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. For the President, A.S. Hubbell, Director, Navy Staff. Jacksonville, and Director, Naval Hospital Jacksonville Market.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. This has been a busy but rewarding 2 years, and I have so many people to thank. First, I'd like to recognize our distinguished guest, Dr. Lyon, our Assistant Director for the Defense Health Agency, and Admiral Case, my friend, and Commander, Navy Medical Forces Atlantic. Thank you both for your continued support. I appreciate you beyond words. Thank you to our community partners, both here, on base, and outside our gate. Thank you so much to my family and friends, who many have driven quite a far distance to be here. You humble me with your presence. Thank you so much. And a special thank you to Nick and Helen. You are my team, and we do everything together. You keep me from being a workaholic, you keep me grounded, and you make me smile. Thank you both so much. I love you. To Naval Hospital Jacksonville, you're an amazing team, and I've been so humbled to be your skipper. Thank you so much. I could stand here all day and try to individually thank everyone who has made these last 2 years possible, but I'm going to forget somebody. And as you know, I like a good story. They're the fundamentals of my leadership and my teaching style. So I'm going to tell you a story to let you know how thankful I am and how incredible these last 2 years have been. So let's start with a quote from Charles Dickens. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epic belief. It was the epic of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair. All of you, if you would, please think back 2 years for me. Just think back to where you were. Just a little over 2 years ago on July 10th, then Captain Pace and I were in a room full of flags. There were no people. I mean, like maybe 8? Maybe? 8. So nobody was there. Many of you watched it on Facebook Live. We were in HP Con Charlie, and I wasn't allowed to go to a restaurant, and I was telling my crew that they couldn't go to the beach. So that's where I started with command. However, in the middle of all that, Naval Hospital Jacksonville, NMRTC Jacksonville, were answering this nation's call with excellence every day. Many were returning from discommissions that Admiral Casey sent them on, and I was there to receive them back. COVID was spiking, and a vaccine was months from being released. But we were pulling together as a community, and we were taking care of those who needed us. A few months went by, and our triad, Captain Dave Barrows, who's out there in Guam doing awesome things, and CUC Bailey, my buddy, my friend, my confidant, my family, we were getting our sea legs under us. Realized we had all reported here within a month of each other during the global pandemic, but we were getting it together. The holidays were coming, and a vaccine was about to be released. And if you are the MHS, and you want to pick a place to be one of the first sites to give a vaccine, you pick Jacksonville, because you need it done now, and you need it done right. However, it was quickly apparent that we couldn't meet the demand in our small vaccination clinic or our branch clinic, so I called my battle buddies. Captain Brian Weiss, Captain Jeff Hill, Captain Mark Cantu. On the Mayport side, I called Captain Jason Canfield, who has since been relieved by Captain Ryan Binder. At Kings Bay, I called my good friend, Captain Chester Parks, who's now been relieved by Captain Boner. And we figured it out. We drove around the NAS looking for sites where we thought we could immunize that many people. I mean, literally, we drove around the base, and we called up B-Dub and Jeff and said, "Can we have your O Club?" And they said yes. And once we got that proof of concept going, Mayport gave us a gym, Chester over there gave us a space theater, and between those 3 bases, over 100,000 vaccinations have been given. Not to be forgotten, Albany and Key West. Colonel Fitzgerald and Captain Sohaney were chomping at the bit to get their vaccination sites up. They wanted it too. They had to wait until we could get Moderna, because I couldn't transport it to those sites. But we got it there too. As if that wasn't impressive enough during all of this, Jacksonville was once again called upon to serve. This time a little closer to home, in northern Jacksonville, we partnered with FEMA under Officer in Charge, Captain Pete Bradford. We provided over 85,000 vaccinations to the city. We thought we had gotten through the worst of COVID. We'd gone to HPCon Bravo finally. Look at Jeff. Remember walking down the street with them talking about this. We celebrated the hospital's 80th birthday with Surgeon General Admiral Gillingham, the Deputy Surgeon General Admiral Schaefer, Admiral Case, and retired Captain Lefevre, all former commanding officers of Naval Hospital Jacksonville. We had a good time. But when you're planning, God laughs. And by the end of July, Delta was the predominant variant in this country. And Duval County was the hottest spot in the world. That is when I turned to my community partners. I was meeting weekly with local hospital CEOs and the mayor via Zoom. And the way Jacksonville, the city, worked together was remarkable. They all pulled together. However, everyone's resources were being stretched extremely thin. And I remember one Saturday morning, I'm standing in my office. We had a very sick ICU patient that we were struggling to find a bed in the city for. And a senior resident, Lieutenant Irvine, came to my office and gave me an update. And I'm looking at Dustin. That doesn't happen. Senior residents don't come to the commanding officer's office very often like that. But it shows the kind of quality we put out because he came there and he presented to me like a seasoned attending, and he worked through that. And we never called the attending in because he was so good, and just the quality that we put out. So thank you guys. So I gave a call to my good friend, Dr. Matheson at St. Vincent's, who said, and this is exactly what he said to me, if it's Christmas morning and you wake up, what do you hope is under the tree? He said, an ICU bed where we have interventional radiology. He said, I'll call you back in a few minutes. 30 minutes later, he called back and said, Merry Christmas, Santa is coming in August. That patient is alive because of that partnership, which was fostered by my predecessors and will be continued by Captain House. I know that. During this time, I also turned to my other partners. Captain Shelley Perkins up in Portsmouth took several of our patients because our community was stretched so thin. I turned to Dr. Line because I was running out of consumable supplies for ventilators, and the next day, Fort Gordon was overnighting me stuff. NAS Jacksonville's Navy Fire Department started taking several very sick patients to local hospitals, transporting them for us. That's not their mission, but it is what we needed that day, and they stepped up to the plate without hesitation. All in all, it took an entirety of our military and local community, but we continue to provide outstanding world-class care through all of that. As we put the worst of COVID behind us, our team looked to get back to the basics and to move our command forward. We focused on preventative health. Many people neglected that for months. We took care of the readiness of our fleet, taking care of that 120-day grace period they gave at some point. We got through that. We worked on surgical efficiencies to get through that backlog, and we did it all in record time. We were the first Navy site to complete the transition to DHA, with our civilian staff becoming DoD employees on May 22nd. And we have prepared and rocked multiple inspections. And as I leave, you are ready to launch MHS Genesis in September. You are an amazing hospital, Naval Hospital Jacksonville. And my two most influential tours of my entire career have been here. You've trained me as a family medicine physician in this award-winning program, and I have had the absolute honor to serve with you as your skipper. I will forever be grateful for my time here. It has shaped me as a person. I know I am leaving you in very skilled, capable hands of Captain Sharon House. She will continue the tradition of Jacksonville being the place where the MHS turns when innovation and creativity are needed to find out what is possible. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Thank you, and God bless you.
Then we'll present the flag that was flown over Naval Hospital Jacksonville this morning during colors to her husband, Nicholas.
I will now read my orders. From Commander, Navy Personnel Command, to Captain Teresa Allen, Medical Corps, United States Navy. Buford's orders, number 0892. When directed by Reporting Senior, detached in August 2022 as Commander, Navy Medicine, Readiness Training Command, Jacksonville, and Director, Naval Hospital Jacksonville Market, and report to the Bureau of Medicine and Surgery as the Deputy Director of the Medical Corps.
I will now read my orders. From Commander of Naval Personnel Command to Captain Sharon House, Nurse Corps, United States Navy. Buford's order number 0242. When directed by Reporting Senior, report in August 2022 as Commander, Naval Medicine Readiness Training Command, Jacksonville, and Director, Jacksonville Market.
Stand release. Is it appropriate to leave with
symbolizing your current designation as Commander. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Sharon House, Commander, Navy Medicine Readiness and Training Command, Jacksonville, Director, Naval Hospital Jacksonville.
Thank you for your application that we took down to be great. Commanding officers, command master chiefs, distinguished guests joining us here today, just know that today marks the continuation of the partnership that Terry's done an amazing job of, over the past few years, in our case, years before. This is going to be between the Defense Health Agency mission, of course, to deliver premier patient-centered care for our warfighters and their families, and, of course, our Navy mission to ensure we're ready to fight tonight for our mission. Thank you, Captain Allen, Nick, Ellen. Your hospitality and friendship have been phenomenal. I really could not have asked for a more warm welcome, a great turnover, and such passion over the last week and a half. You guys have been wonderful. I cannot thank you enough. So, our Navy Medical Corps Chief, they're really gaining a truly passionate veteran leader as their new Deputy Corps Chief. Please know you're not getting away so easily. Get your phone number. We're so fortunate, all of us, to know that we have someone such as Terry guiding and caring for our positions both personally and professionally as much as she does. It's truly evident how much you deeply care. Thank you, of course, to friends and family. Please know that your support is the absolute world to me. I'm truly humbled that you made the trip down here. And of course, thank you, Stacy, my wife. Your support of the past 25 years has not always been easy, but you are truly why I am standing here today. Thank you. NMRTC Jacksonville, though we're kind of in this getting to know each other phase, I already see your greatness, and I could not be more excited about taking the helm. I know many of you do know, but those of you who don't, this was my very first duty station 25 years ago. And to say, arriving here from the frigid north of Maine, land of pine trees, snow, and lobster, down here to Florida, where it is humid, with beautiful palm trees, and there is insects that I didn't know existed. So it was a little bit of a culture shock. But all of you, some of you that are still here today, wrapped your arms around me and taught me the fundamentals of being a great nurse. So I want to say thank you to my original Jacksonville mentors, Faye Bedcab, Maria Mama Sanabria, and Sue Ann Mellon. Thank you to the three of them for their endless patience, the knowledge that they instilled upon me. We had some awesome potlucks again, they were great. And we had a lot of midnight conversations. But that's not why we're here today. Reminisce, unfortunately. That was then, so this is today. So I know many of you out there are concerned that we're faced with changes to expand manpower and budget constraints across military medicine. I know many of you who are in Navy medicine have not faced such challenges before, but those of us a little saltier and a little grayer have weathered these feasts of famine before. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be concerned. You should, because you very obviously care. So, to face what is before us, I ask that we band together in our shared purpose for our passion for our patients, nation, and each other. But still, I'm sure you're asking, well, how? How do we weather these storms of change? I'll tell you how. We'll weather them together. Our rock in the sea of change is our shared passion for our patients, our nation, and each other. We will move forward together as I expect you to be engaged, be involved, and for us to work through these challenges that will actually make us stronger together. And also, know you're not alone, as together we are a family. Despite COVID's continual tries to distance us. I expect all of us to support each other. That is what's important, our resilience. Through that, and together, we can get through anything. The storm of change will rage on, but we will weather it guided by our compass, our shared passion for our patient, our nation, and each other. Lifting each other up, and celebrating each and every moment of joy. And I expect you to be ready. We are a team of professionals, and we will make the extremely difficult look easy. Additionally, remember why you owe your physical fitness to that Marine, that soldier, that sailor, that airman you are entrusted to care for. They absolutely need you in the most dire times, and we cannot let them down. As a reminder, Terry, like a story, so a story. Back in 2013, when I was stationed at Naval Hospital in June, I worked at the concussion center that treated predominantly Marines with traumatic brain injury. One day, while in my office, Master Guns, I've gotten to know pretty well, and I'd seen many times around the clinic, showed up. And he asked me to talk to me. My immediate thought when someone comes to talk to you in your office is, uh-oh, what's going on? This can't be good. But instead, teary up, he said, I just want to thank you for saving my life. Sort of freaks me up a little bit, so. I just want to say thank you for saving my life. I was in a very bad place before I came here, and you gave me my life back. I talked to my son, and he'll be here next week to start treatment too. Standing there surprised, all I could say was, you're welcome. I'm glad we could help. So he smiled through his tears and quickly walked away. I think of this moment often, and many others I had as a nurse, these shared moments of despair and pain, but also joy and triumph. I only tell it to you, so that when we're tired of these challenges, we are reminded of the miracle of healthcare. Yes, there is tragedy. People like Master Guns, they get hurt. It's the reality of what we do. It's the reality of life. Yes, there is heartbreak. The road back is hard. We all struggle, sometimes even with ourselves, to recover. But remember, you provide the hope for Master Guns and his son. Remember, the privilege of healthcare is that you are the yes and. The heartbreak and the joy, the tragedy and the triumph, the grit and the grace. We do not shy away from life and all its challenges. So if you ever feel like you're backing down, that you're dragging in anchors in mud and stone, get up. Put those gloves back on, both figuratively and literally, because you simply change lives. You just may not see it, because it really happens every single day. Also remember that I believe in you, as did those nurses, those doctors, those foremen, and many, many specialists who trained me in that very hospital 25 years ago. Do not forget why you're here. We need you. Our warfighters, like Master Guns, need you. NMRTC Jacksonville, I truly am proud of you and what you do each and every day. Again, I could not be more excited to have the immense privilege to be back with you here today. Thank you for entrusting me to lead you, and I look forward to serving you. Thank you, everyone.
Captain House will now present flowers to your wife, Stacy.
All orders, instructions, notices remain reflect. Carry out plan.
Aye, ma'am. Bosun, post the side doors.
Cover. 2. Left or right, face. 1 step forward, march.
Will the guests please rise for the benediction and remain standing for the departure of the official party and families. Chaplain Skidmore will now offer the benediction.
Let us pray. Gracious Lord, as we prepare to leave this gathering and each one to go their separate way, we ask that you lead us according to your will that you will direct our paths. We ask that you will bless NMRTC, personnel, and our families. Continue to fill our ranks with such sailors who currently stand watch in our nation's Navy, many serving this very hour in dangerous locations around the globe. May we always put our trust in you to protect and provide for all of our needs. May we ultimately remember that you are our greatest strength, that you are the great physician. This we pray in your holy name. Amen.
Sound 8 bells. Assistant Director, Healthcare Administration, Defense Health Agency, departing. Sound 6 bells. Naval Medical Forces Atlantic, departing. Sound 4 bells. Commander, Navy Medicine Readiness and Training Command, Jacksonville. Director, Naval Hospital Jacksonville, departing. Sound 4 bells. Captain, Medical Corps, United States Navy, departing. On behalf of Captain House, Captain Allen, and the entire Navy Medicine Readiness and Training Command Jacksonville, Naval Hospital Jacksonville team, we would like to take this opportunity to thank our distinguished guests, families, friends, and shipmates for attending today's ceremony. Captain House and Captain Allen invite all guests to join them for a reception next door at the Capt Training Building. This concludes the change of